Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For those of you that follow me, you know that I am the president and founder of 41 Love and Hope Corporation, and I am the CEO of 41 Love Beauty and Barber Spa. I created a video for you all to give you an update on what's been going on with me and my company. My videos are to basically bring you along on my journey with me. There are a lot of video content out there that shows you the after effect of pursuing your purpose or your businesses, but there's no one that actually gives you the behind the scenes, that actually shows you what it's really like and all the things that you'll have to go through to get to your final destination. I had recorded a video earlier today for you all, and most of my video has magically deleted itself. So this video is going to be a little different. I was able to recover some clips from the previous video, so it's going to be a mix. This is so frustrating because the first video was really authentic and true to me. Now I'm trying to remember everything that I said, and it's not working. But you know what? It just lets me know that the enemy is really mad. The enemy is really mad at me. And it makes me laugh now. But guys, when I say literally at every turn, he tries to stop me. At every turn, he tries to stop me. It's been so much. From the very beginning, before I even knew what my purpose was, he was trying to take me out. If it wasn't drugs, if it wasn't jail, if it wasn't abusive relationships, homelessness, wanting to kill myself, now it's you're stopping my businesses, you're trying to make me depressed and sad, you're deleting my videos. Like, every turn he's trying to stop me. I say that to you too. Like, no one is going to understand. It's not a glorified story. It's been plenty of times that I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. It's been plenty of times that I wanted to throw in the towel. I look rough. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally and physically sometimes drained. And the closer I get, the harder it gets. But it's funny to me because he already knows I'm not going to quit. But I've basically been in the house for the last couple of weeks, just grinding, keeping myself focused and working on my businesses. So I haven't had much time to pamper myself or try to look the part, because I literally don't go anywhere. I'm literally in my office all day long. So excuse my look, but I did want to get this out and let you all know what's going on. So this is it. So anyways, I was watching a video earlier today, and they were talking about marketing your leadership and having the ability to tell your story that would make you relatable to people. And the way that she was discussing it was like, the way to be successful is to make yourself relatable to people, to come up with the story, a rags to riches story. And it kind of got me a little irritated, but I understood where she was coming from. But it irritated me because it made me think that it really is a rags to riches for most people. And what I'm dealing with right now, and what I've been through to get to this point, it definitely is a rags to riches. And it's not something that you should glorify to get to where you're trying to go in life or to get to your final destination. But yes, it got me to thinking, and I have been saying for a while now that I was going to create a video to give you all an update. It's definitely been hard for me. It's definitely been hard, but I wanted to stick to my word. I was led to share my journey with you all. And anybody that knows me knows that the path that I'm on right now is not one that I selected for myself. It was given to me by my higher power, and it was also put on my heart to share everything that it's going to take to get to where I'm going. So that's exactly what I intend to do. But just to give you a little background for those of you that don't know, I am the CEO and founder of 4111 Hope Corporation. It's my nonprofit organization. And I am the CEO of 411 Beauty and Barber Spa. Both of my businesses are not up and running yet. I'm still in the processing stages of getting everything going. For those of you that have been following me, you saw my previous videos where I talked about my spa and how I wanted to open up 5 locations, and I gave you all tips and, information on how to start your own businesses along with me. But yes, as of yet, I have not opened up my physical location. Because of COVID, I decided to put that off. One thing about pursuing your purpose is it's something that you have never done before. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something that you weren't trained in, you weren't educated in, but something that you just have this great idea about, and now you have to figure out how to put it together. The thing about my nonprofit organization and my spa is that both of them have never been done before. The depth of the things that I want to do with both of my companies have never been done before. I took a business class, but my business class did not teach me how to actually make my businesses a reality. So everything up until this point, I have had to educate myself on. I have had to teach myself. And in doing so, it has extended the process of getting to my final destination. I have met wall after wall. I have had to do countless numbers of research and educating myself and listening to this and listening to that and figuring this out and figuring this out, and there's not much help. There's no blueprint to a path that is individually yours. Nobody can tell you how to get to the destination because it's your path. If it were up to me, I would have been there. But yes, here we are 2 years later, and I feel like I want to give up, or there are days where I feel like I'm not going to ever make it. I've been forced to go back to work, and I can't get comfortable in a job because this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just basically, some days I feel like my back is against the wall. But then I'm constantly reminded that I'm doing the right thing. I'm constantly reminded that I have to keep going, that I have no choice. I've come too far to stop. I've come too far to give up. I legalized my nonprofit September 29th of 2019, the day before my birthday. It was one of the biggest accomplishments for me outside of, legalizing and doing everything for my salon. At the time, I was still working for a company that I was with. I was with this company for almost 5 years. I left them in March of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. I had every intention of leaving my job and being able to fully focus on my nonprofit organization and my salon. And I was able to do that. I went a year without working. I was able to fully commit and put my focus into doing the work for my nonprofit organization. But even that was a challenge. Everything that I have learned thus far, or everything that I have done thus far as it relates to both of my businesses, I had to teach myself. I had to research. I had to learn from other people. But there is no blueprint. There is no step-by-step guide to get you to a destination that was solely meant for you. The extent of what I want to do with both of my businesses is outside of the spectrum of anything that has been done. But that's what makes your journey unique, is the fact that nobody else has done it. Or if it has been done, it's still something unique to it that's solely for you. So that has definitely been a challenge, and it has definitely extended things, is trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what to do, trying to figure out how to do it. It has been a task. It has definitely added on to the length of time that it's taken me to get to where I'm trying to go. But there are also other obstacles that I had to face. I have an amazing team. We were having board meetings. We were planning. We were, getting everything together as far as the mission and the programs that we wanted to run. And then God completely put a halt to everything because I was not fully ready or prepared to step into the next phase. He kept telling me that I needed to get away so that I could get myself together, so that I can clear my head, get myself prepared for the next phase. And that was something that I battled with for quite some time. I didn't quite understand why I would be forced to stop or moving into the next phase. But what I do know is a lot of people jump into things that they're not fully prepared for. Again, I say it 1,000 times, this purpose is not my purpose. This plan is not my plan. It was given to me. I am being guided, and it wasn't until I came here that I realized that I really was not ready to face the challenges that are up ahead. In order for me to fully step into this purpose, and in order for me to fully step into the president of my nonprofit organization, the face of my nonprofit organization, I have to reach my fullest potential. I have to be my best self. And that's what God needed me to do. He needed me to cut the focus off of everybody else and focus on myself. And it was hard, but there were obstacles that I had to overcome to get myself refocused. Anybody that knows me knows that I love my family with all of my heart. A current update, I am in Texas now as we speak. I left Virginia in July of 2021. God just kept telling me that I needed to go to get away and to be by myself so I could focus. I battled with that decision at the time my sister was pregnant. I've always been the one to be there for my family. Whenever they need me, I'm there. To walk away from my family, it was definitely hard to come here and have to start over. It was hard. I had to give up my house, my dog, my cat, to come here. It is hard to tell the ones that I love, no, I can't be there. It's definitely hard to pick up the phone and hear my niece ask me if I can come get her or if I can come see her and not be able to do it. But in being here, I am closer to launching my nonprofit than I've ever been before. And I just basically wanted to let y'all know that the enemy will try to fight so hard to keep you from reaching your destination, regardless of what it is. He knows that my family is most important. At the same time, that was a distraction for me. Being there for other people was distracting me from actually sitting down and taking the time that was needed to invest in my businesses. And God had to really pull me away from it all. And in being here, God has restored everything that I gave up. I had to give up everything because God kept telling me that it was time for me to go back home. I was not focused or mentally ready to go to the next step with my nonprofit organization. I was not mentally, physically, or emotionally ready to step into my purpose as the president, as the founder, as the face of my organization. I was not ready. And God knew that. Me having to leave was a way for him to get me by myself so that I could focus. It was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make, to give up everything, to turn my back on everyone that I loved. The enemy will use things that are familiar to you to trick you. He knew that I would never say no. I would never say no to my friends. I would never say no to my loved ones. I would never say no to people that I cared most about. And because of that, I put my focus and my drive and my determination as it related to my businesses to the side. But what I had to realize is, in order for me to really get to where I'm going, in order for me to really step into what I needed to step into, I had to let go. Sometimes you will have to let go, but only for a moment. Being here has put me closer to achieving my goals than I've ever been, because I'm just by myself. I have no choice but to sit down and get it done. And also, my vision and what I want to do is attached to the lives of so many other people. In doing the research, there's so many children right now that are currently struggling, living below poverty. There are so many single families that are living below poverty. And God just put it on my heart that right now is the time for an organization like mine. You know, we had the pandemic. So many people lost their jobs. So many kids are struggling now because they have been pulled out of school. They have no guidance. They're at home with the parents and they're not able to learn in a classroom environment that they're used to. Adjustments are putting them behind. The world needs an organization like mine. But I know where I'm going. I know that I'm going to touch and change so many lives. And I know that it's not about me. I have come so far that it's too late to turn back. It's too late to turn back. If I quit now, everything that I have sacrificed will have been in vain, and I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to sit down and throw in everybody's towel. My family, seeing these numbers is disheartening, and it makes it, my drive is the fact that I was them. I've been in that place. I'm not here to try to sell nobody no glorified story to try to be successful. My drive and my mission is to help people get out of situations so they don't have to go through the stuff that I actually went through. And one day I'll tell you all my story. But I was the child that grew up in a single home. I was the child that watched my mama struggle. Lights was cut off plenty of times. Barely had food at some times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was that child. So I can't sit back and watch it happen to other people. I can't sit back and do that. I gotta help. And it was programs like Big Brother, Big Sister, you know, the Delta Sigma Theta mentor that I had. It was those influences that gave me another option, that allowed me to push through the trials and the tribulations that I grew up in, that gave me a vision of another way, you know. And fortunate for me, I had that, but it's plenty of people out there that don't. And I know that my organization is going to change that, so I won't quit. But yes, it's been hard. I've had to move. I'm now to myself and focused. I'm pushing through, trying to get things done so that I can come back to Virginia. And when I come back to Virginia, I'm coming back strong. But I thank you all for listening. I love you all so much. I thank you all for your support. I thank you for your drive. I thank you for your prayers. Please continue to pray for me as I will continue to pray for you. I love you.